Good luck is with the man who doesn't include it in his plan. If you're living up to your ideals, they're not high enough. What is the secret of time? The real secret of how to use time is to pack it as you would your luggage, filling up the small spaces with small things. If you wouldn't write it and sign it, don't say it. There is one thing sweeter than praise: the feeling you deserved it. The full use of today is the best preparation one can make for tomorrow. When some people quit a job, they leave no vacancy behind them to fill. Don't be fooled by the calendar. There are only as many days in the year as you make use of. One man gets only a week's value out of a year, while another gets a full year's value out of a week. Don't wish for more than you are willing to work for. The idea is to make a little money first and then to make a little money last. I say, when you start something, you ought to finish it. I say it, but only those who have the patience to do simple things perfectly acquire the skill to do difficult things easily. What's in a word? Consider the difference between wise guy and wise man. Each time you listen, you give someone else a chance to be heard. Teachers open the doors. You enter by yourself. Being ignorant is not so much a shame as being unwilling to learn. Weak people wait for opportunities. Strong people make them. A good supervisor, they say, is someone who can step on your toes without messing up your shine. Look before or you'll find yourself behind. Keep trying. It's often the last key that opens the door. Most people don't recognize opportunity when it comes along because it's disguised as work. Did you ever stop to think that the formula for success is the same as for a nervous breakdown? There are few, if any, jobs in which ability alone is sufficient. Needed also are loyalty, sincerity, enthusiasm, and cooperation. Success tip: start at the bottom and wake up. A closed mind, like a closed room, can become awfully stuffy. No one can make me feel inferior without my consent. Little by little, the bird builds his nest. Strange how much you've got to know before you know how little you know. Nothing is particularly hard if you divide it into small jobs. It's easy to put first things first, but sometimes it's awfully hard to put next things next. It would be easy to get little things done if I weren't so busy dreaming about big things. The secret of life is not to do what you like, but to like what you do. Cooperation is doing with a smile what you have to do anyway. Whatever your lot in life, build something on it. There is no future in any jobs. The future lies in the man who has the job. If you can find a path with no obstacles, it probably doesn't lead anywhere. Nothing's harder on your laurels than resting on them. People who get places early. Have patience with all things, but especially have patience with yourself. Lose an hour in the morning and you'll be looking for it the rest of the day. Be like the postage stamp, it sticks to one thing until it gets it done. Never one thing and seldom one person can make for success. It takes a number of them merging into one perfect whole. It is necessary to try to surpass oneself always. This occupation ought to last as long as life. Experience is what enables you to recognize a mistake when you make it again. Never be ashamed to admit you were wrong. It is a way of saying you are wiser today than you were yesterday. People who have time to burn usually spend it with someone who doesn't. What to do with your weight? Pull it. Don't throw it around. Act the way you want to be, and soon you'll be the way you act. You can get a lot more done if you don't care who gets the credit. Swallow your pride. Occasionally it's not fattening. Learn to laugh. It's the cheapest luxury we have. Keep raising the roof and people will think there is something wrong in your attic. It's your disposition and not your position that matters. None are so old as those who have outlived enthusiasm. Experience is what you get when you're looking for something else. An easy task becomes a hard one when I put it off. The best part of education is that which man learns by himself. There is only one person in this world that can defeat you, and that is yourself. One on the functions of intelligence is to take into account the dangers that come from trusting solely to intelligence. Have you ever noticed that things we put into tomorrow are seldom the things we shouldn't do today? It's true that to err is human, but when the eraser wears out before the pencil, then you are overdoing it. Many a man is praised for his reserve and shyness, when his is simply too proud to risk making a fool of himself. Remember this, today's trying times in about 20 years will have become the good old days. Success is not permanent. The same is true of failure. You have to stay wide awake to make your dreams come true.